What's up, ASAP family? This is a first episode of Freddie Facts. We have a jam-packed show this afternoon. We have some special guests, one that you've seen, one that you haven't seen before. Hey, we have a lot of great topics. Yes, we're talking about Will Smith, Chris Rock, slap in the face at the Oscars. We're talking about it. We're talking about can the Lakers miss the playoffs? The Lakers miss the playoffs? Oh, and much more here on the ASAP Network right after these messages.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
All right. Let's get it started. First, I want to bring on my guests on this special show on the first episode of Freddie Facts. I'm gonna bring on my first one, Jay Mclovin. You've seen him on ASAP more in the morning. You've seen him on Unscripted and hell, many other shows. What's going on, Jay?
Hey, I'm doing well, Freddie. I just finished up moving my family into another place, and man, I'll tell you, if you've ever had to move within a 3 or 4 day time period, it is pure hell, Freddie, pure hell. And I smashed a nice case of Budweiser at the end of it, and now I'm refreshed and I'm ready to talk some sports and all kinds of good stuff, my brother.
There you go. There you go. And we have a special guest coming on this afternoon. His name is Mr. Cole Johnson. What's going on, Cole?
Doing good, Freddie. Doing good. Hey, Jay, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. As I was telling Freddie, man, I had to move my family in 3 days from one spot to another spot. And when by the time it was all said and done, I could barely move any of my legs or my arms. But I did manage to get my right arm up to my mouth through a whole case of Budweiser.
The most important body part was moving.
Hey, hey, that beer never tastes so good.
I bet. I bet.
I don't
I
recommend
just want to
moving. I'll get it at.
I just want to get things rolling on our end, just to let you guys know that we let our viewers know out there we appreciate all the support that they give each and one of us. This past weekend was a big moment for the ASAP Network. We got to cover a live football game, arena football game down in Jackson, Mississippi. Did some broadcasting. Our team did a hell of a job. I want to thank all our viewership for supporting us. Without you guys, we are nothing. But that was not the only thing that happened over the weekend. And what's up, Chris Gonzalez down in the comments? That wasn't the only thing that happened in the comments. I mean, the over the weekend. I don't know if a lot of people tend not to watch the Oscars anymore. But this was an Oscar to watch because we had some action going down. It started off with Chris Rock telling jokes. Let's take it from the beginning. So everybody knows Jada Pickett or Jada Smith has a sickness, a disease that she's starting to lose her hair.
I think it's
Well,
alopecia. I think is the name of her sickness.
Yeah,
right,
alopecia.
right. Um, so this weekend, so Chris Rock decided to use a joke towards Will Smith's wife. All we know is Will Smith gets up, so he raises his hand back and slaps the man. And then as he walks away, real cool, by the way, I will say, real cool, rather than slapping the dude. Hey, Chris Rock did take the hit. And then Will Smith tends to yell out, "Stop getting my effing wife's name out of your mouth." Said it multiple times. It is reported during commercial. Tyler Perry, Denzel Washington, his publicist, had to put him in the corner to calm him down. It was also reported that Chris Rock is not filing charges.
Right.
Gentlemen, was Will Smith in the wrong or was it Chris Rock? Cole, I'll let you start it off.
Okay, so I get that you have to be sensitive in certain matters, and I understand that Jada has alopecia and that's why her hair is the way it is, and she basically tried just necessitated things to just simply shave her head and wear a low, if not a bald head. Unfortunately, though, the nature of comedy is to be edgy, and I think what Chris Rock was trying to do, I'll say trying to do, was compare Jada to Demi Moore in saying, all right, this is a beautiful woman who simply is bald, and Demi was a beautiful woman who was bald, and all right, well, hey, I'll give it a nod, but I'll do it in a jokingly fashion. Now, what he didn't understand was that, of course, that didn't really sit too well with Jada. Now, of course, that necessitated Will to get up on stage, slap him in the face, and come back and then say this expletive that he said afterwards when he sat back down. But I get the feeling this is not something that was just off of that particular joke, because I think this was sort of sprinkled into when Chris Rock hosted the Oscars at one time, and he said a monologue and one of the jokes was directed to Jada Pinkett Smith because she decided to boycott the Oscars because, if not mistaken, I think her husband was not nominated for concussion, I believe. And he hadn't pointed that out, and the family didn't like that, and they wrote as such. So I think the energy came from there. Now, am I a fan of the actions that Will Smith did? No. Yeah, you can be angry, and I'm not saying that Will should not have been angry, but you shouldn't have to step up on stage and just go buck wild. That's not something you should do. You're supposed to conduct yourself like a gentleman. And if you have an issue with Chris Rock, take that up with him backstage. And if it happens to be fisticuffs that results, fine. But let it be backstage. We don't have to see that in public. And what makes it even worse is that Will Packer was the one who was producing the Oscars. Since they saw the Oscars so late 6 years ago, they wanted to have this presentation now where, okay, well, Black people get a chance to produce it. And this is what results. Not a good look at all.
Jay Mclovin, what's your reaction to it?
Couple of things. First of all, I want to correct something. I don't think he necessarily went buck wild on him. He calmly walked up there. He calmly cocked his hand to the 98-degree back, and he calmly bitch slapped him. Then he calmly turned his ass around and calmly walked back to his seat. I'm just saying, that's not buck wild. Buck wild would have been if he hit him like 10 or 15 times and they had to restrain him. And I think it was kind of classy. He classily walked up there and he classily slapped him and he classily walked back. It was class. It was probably the classiest tuxedo-driven bitch slap I have ever seen. I will say this. And hindsight, I hate hindsight. It's just because hindsight tells you everything you should have known in foresight. And if he would have had the foresight, they should have said, okay, Chris, hey, as a producer of the show, I kind of need to know what you're going to say so I can, see if it's appropriate, this, that, or the other. Could you just tell me what your jokes are? And it says, yeah, I got one about Jada Pinkett Smith being Jane 2.0. No. You know, we're not going to say that because you know what? She can't help a medical condition. You know, that's insensitive. It's probably going to set off some stage that we don't. I'm saying there's a lot of preventive measures they could have put into place before that joke ever went out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be honest with you. As a man, I'm not going to lie, man. Listen, you go up there in national TV and you talk about my wife's medical condition, I'm going to go buck wild. I'm not even going to be classy about it. I'm going to go up there straight gorilla maul you. Because you're not going to talk about my wife like that. You're not going to do it. You're not going to talk about my wife like that and expect me not to have some sort of reaction. I'm still a human being. And I'm sorry. You say what you say, you get what you get. That's just the way it is. And I'll be honest with you, I really think he did it in a controlled fashion. He wasn't going buck wild on him, but he gave him a little taste in his mouth and said, hey, maybe you'll think about it next time. But honestly, it could have been mitigated. All that could have been mitigated had they looked at his jokes previously before he went out there and said, okay, look, Chris, this is a little, I know you like to do edgy stuff, but this is kind of crossing the line into just flat out disrespect. And we can't allow that to happen, man. That's not classy. So let's bring it back. Let's do some other jokes, and we'll go from there. Because I'm pretty sure you're a funny guy. You have other things that you could say that are 10 times more funnier than something like that nature. And I'm just saying, that's what I felt like should have happened. They should have mitigated it before that joke ever went out over the air.
I see Mr. Evan in the comments. Mr. Evan, we did talk about the Phoenix Suns on this morning on the morning show, but I'm gonna give the Freddie Facts. As you guys can see, the name of the show is called Freddie Facts, and I'm about to bring the facts. Check this out, man.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Freddie Facts or Freddie Delusions?
Wow.
When you are married, no matter what has happened in that marriage, and we know there's been ups and downs in that marriage. Some that she has leaked. We understand that. I definitely understand that. But when you're married,
That's right.
it is your job. It is a man's job to protect his family when his family feel like they have been mistreated. Then there's some that's going to say, well, he laughed. Well, guess what? We don't know what he was laughing at. He could have been laughing at a previous joke. He could have been laughing to the point where he didn't understand what that joke was until he turned and seen that his wife was holding back tears or showing some type of emotion that she did not like. Because one thing we have to remember, you can't be too hard and non-sensitive to remember that when a female loses their hair, what does the females pride themselves on? Their hair.
Oh, absolutely. How much money do they spend on that hair? They spend millions of dollars on that hair.
Well, just their appearance in general.
That's true.
They pride themselves on that.
Their nails. I mean, that stuff costs a lot of damn money.
So she's already coming out in public and embracing it. But for another man to come out there and blast her for it, and she's had this sickness since I believe 2018, and it's been out for a while. You mean to tell me nobody knew that she had that? So what is Will Smith supposed to do? Just sit there and let people laugh and humiliate his wife like that? It is his job to try to help get them out of those situations.
Mm-hmm. And one of those ways should have been to escort her out of the building, not to get up on stage and slap the man. And correction, he didn't talk about her condition. He just talked about the fact she was bald. Now, if he did an alopecia joke, then yes, I can understand why he would want to, as you said, Jay, classily walk up on stage, slap the guy, and then classily walk back to his seat. I could understand that then, but it was just about the fact that the woman was bald. Now, if that was my wife and I'm married, and that would have happened to her, I would say, baby, you want to just jet now? Yeah, let's go. And I would walk her out. And then I would address that gentleman behind the stage later. But I wouldn't want to cause anguish and embarrassment to my family by defending them in that manner. Because to me, that's not defense.
But I will say this, it's easy I will say it is easy to say what we would do right now, but when you're in the heat of the moment, when you're looking over there to her and you're seeing her hold back tears, holding back, anger, it's kind of like, okay, it's my job to step in. It's my job to do something. And we have to remember that this is the night, one of the biggest moments in Will Smith's life. He's never won an Oscar in his life before, but this is the first time that he get this opportunity. So you have a decision to make, Will. Either you're gonna put that behind you, and then people gonna say, "Oh, you're selfish. You didn't stand up for your wife. Caught you laughing, but you didn't do anything." Or B, you're gonna have to react, even though that might sacrifice how people think of you. Because now, when people think of the 2022 Oscars, they're not gonna think of him, in the film with Serena Williams and Venus as that for that movie.
Which
They're
was a
gonna
hell of a
think
good
of him.
movie, by the way.
No, it was for sure. But they're gonna think of him slapping Chris Rock on the stage now.
Right.
But that just shows you how much love, even though she might have done those things, which I agree, we all know. But at the end of the day, this man still loved his wife. And
Now
if
the
he
problem.
didn't
I'm
do it,
sorry.
he would not have done what he did yesterday.
Now the problem I have with that is he was willing to do that to Chris Rock, but he was not willing to do that to August Alsina.
Hey,
That's where I have an issue.
hey, at the first one, he's
Well,
like, you know what? I'm
yeah.
gonna be calm this time. I made the mistake the first time. I sure the hell ain't gonna make the mistake the second time. That sure ain't gonna make that
It's
mistake
not
the
gonna happen
second.
this time.
But
And at the same time, though, I mean, honestly, August, that whole thing with that, August wasn't trying to embarrass his wife. August made a decision, along with Jada, made a decision that, they obviously made their mistakes. And so that's an internal matter of making mistakes at the heart. So I get that too. But I think sometimes you have to stand up in the moment. When you see something that's grossly wrong, sometimes you can't always just push it by the wayside. I think sometimes you have. Now, maybe he doesn't bitch slap him. Maybe that's crossing the line. But you damn sure go up there, and I damn sure going to say, "Look, I'm gonna take you out on the stage." I'm gonna be like, "Hey, look, I appreciate the humor you're bringing, but at the same time, I don't appreciate you attacking my wife in public forum like what you're doing here." I think maybe you just make a simple statement. Maybe a statement is all that you really need to do to embarrass the situation. I think, he saw that his wife was humiliated. And I think in that instant moment, he said, "You're not going to just let my wife be humiliated like this." And my human reaction is, if you're going to humiliate her, well, I'm going to humiliate you in front of all these people. And I think that's what it doesn't make it right. It certainly doesn't make it right. But in the humanistic moment and when tensions are rising, sometimes, we do things maybe we regret later. Maybe he regrets slapping him. But I don't think he should regret addressing the situation, because I think something should be addressed, because maybe it's inappropriate.
all right.
I'm 100% with that. Yeah.
But I do think maybe the slapping was a little bit over the line. I think just simply making that statement probably would have been sufficient enough that Chris Rock would have still been somewhat like discombobulated on stage. But yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move to the next topic.
Hey, but I do want to say this. My hat is off to Chris Rock for taking it like a man.
100,
I will say this.
100.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, Chris could have simply filed charges. He could have did any number of things. And you know what? He took it like a man. He said, "You know what? We're going to let this bygones be bygones. It is what it is, and we're going to move forward." So my hat is off. I think Chris made a mistake in the joke, but I think he made up for it in the way he handled it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let's keep it moving. As you guys can see, as everybody know, I'm the huge Laker fan on the panel.
I'm so sorry.
Talk about him so highly. But there's a chance that this team can miss the playoffs. Right now, they're in the 10th spot. Okay. We just got some bad news that LeBron James is out tomorrow night in Dallas. But the good news is Anthony Davis have went through his first practice today. So he's ramping it up. He's doubtful for tomorrow as well. But yesterday the Lakers was beating the New Orleans Pelicans pretty good. Up by 23. LeBron was hot the first half. Evan, the Lakers is in Los Angeles. I don't even know why you're asking that question, sir. The team that won 17 championships. So, but don't throw me off what I'm about to say, please. But like I was saying, we lost. LeBron was on fire the first half. Hit 6 threes. It was rolling. He ended the game with 39. But that 23-point lead went down to they lose by 8. Do you guys think, Jay Mclovin, that the Lakers will miss the playoffs?
First, I just want to say for the rest of the people outside of Laker Nation, I have never seen Freddie Henderson in my life eat this much humble pie.
Wow.
Seriously. Like, he is literally vomiting humble pie. That's how much pie this man has literally eaten. And he has handled himself quite appropriately. Freddie, my hat is off to you, my brother. Wow. It's a hard time for Laker Nation. You guys were supposed to be the legitimate number one creme de la creme. Nobody can touch you. We are on fire type of team. And instead, you came out looking like a bunch of Girl Scouts who can barely make a D3 championship. It's sad. It saddens me. It saddens me to the point that I feel like if you guys actually make the play-in, it's going to be incredible. Because like we were saying on the morning show, you're lucky if you go 2-6 over the next 8. I think maybe you go almost 0-8 like Nate was saying. And that's not going to be good enough to hang on to the number 10 spot, especially when you got San Antonio biting at your heels with a 1-game separation. I think San Antonio, at the end of the day, is going to be in the number 10 spot. And I have a feeling, it's a very good feeling, that the Lakers will be in number 11 and sitting on the couch eating bonbons and ho-hos watching the game.
Wow. What are bonbons and ho-hos? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I heard it one time on a television show, and it just came to my mind. I apologize if I offended anybody with the word ho-hos.
Bonbons and ho-hos.
Got you. All right, Cole.
It's not look good for your Lakers, Freddie. I want to give you good news. Unfortunately, all right. This is the best news I can actually give you, bro. The best thing for the Lakers to do is end this season 11th place. They need to miss the playoffs because, unfortunately, what they have seen is a team that acts like a bunch of old men. And I can tell you, when the men get old, the men have the mindset of, I'm going to do what I do. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you like me. Bump that. You're going to get what you get. And if you don't like it, tough. And I think we're starting to see that with this Laker bunch because they play like they all have to apply for AARP applications. Coming into this season, you had a guy who was 37, a guy who was going to turn 37, a guy who's 33. All of them have had injury issues. And then the lone guy who is in his prime is Mr. Glass of the NBA. And then on top of it, you have 2 bench guys, one you've already traded, and Dwight Howard, who are also on the wrong side of 30. It was going to be massively difficult for this team to really get going because you have the age and you have the health issue. Now you have the experience with these guys, but experience doesn't matter if they're all sitting on the bench. And that is your problem. Because you just said it there. LeBron, tomorrow, he's going to sit out. Davis, he's been on the bench for a while, and he's been on the bench in 2 different stints this year for an elongated period of time. What makes, not you, Freddie, but I have met many who are delusional Lakers fans. What makes a delusional Lakers fan think that this particular bunch, with the fact that they are old and they actually lack health, that they're actually going to forget the play-in round. They're going to go into the playoffs and beat the Suns when you couldn't beat them when you were healthier and the Suns were not as good last year. How is that possible? It's not.
Well, they can't even beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, much less the Suns. Let's just start with the bottom rung teams.
Twice. had two 20-plus point leads and blew them.
He's like,
Well,
hey,
Mr.
look,
Cole,
let's not worry about the
that's-
Suns. That's setting the bar incredibly high. Let's just start with the bottom feeders first. Can we get past the bottom feeders? And if we can get past the bottom feeders, then maybe we'll go to the mid-level team, and then maybe we'll get there. But right now, we can't even get past the bottom rung rebuilds. Think about it. You're supposed to be a championship team, and you can barely beat a rebuild. That's terrible, Freddie. That's
First
just
off, Mr.
terrible.
Cole, I want to correct you on something. You mentioned us losing to the Phoenix Suns last year. Okay, let's not forget that the NBA decided to start the season a lot earlier just because they wanted the bottom line. Let's not forget that the Lakers barely had 2 months of rest, so AD and LeBron was already banged up. Okay, 2. Even in that season, when the Lakers played against the Phoenix Suns, Anthony Davis dropped a good 40 on that head, and he beat them without a LeBron James. 3, in the playoffs, we played them. We was up 2-0. What happened, Mr. Cole? The Lakers, Anthony Davis got hurt, LeBron was hurt, and then the rest was history. I mean, so when the Lakers are healthy, they are a problem to the Phoenix.
There you go, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But
the best ability is availability, and unfortunately, with this Lakers team, availability is not their best ability. And you could say if all these players are healthy, the Lakers are world beaters. Unfortunately, they aren't all healthy, and that's a problem.
I will say this: if they find a way.
Oh, Lord.
If they find a way,
oh Lord,
to get past this play-in, Anthony Davis.
This is where the delusions come in.
Anthony Davis come back being Anthony Davis. LeBron is doing LeBron James-like things. And just how I can trash Russell Westbrook's name for playing bad, he has turned his game around, quite frankly. Nobody want to say that. Nobody want to say, I'm going to come out and say Russell Westbrook has changed his game. He's shooting the ball better as of late. He's not turning the ball over as much as late. He's playing better.
He's playing like Russell Westbrook normally plays.
I'll tell you
some games he's great, and other games he's trash. This is how Russell Westbrook has been ever since he basically has been away from Kevin Durant circa 2017. That's just how he's been.
But if we get those 3 things, it will be hard for the Phoenix Suns to beat that Lakers team. They have nobody that can guard LeBron. They have nobody they can guard Anthony.
Well, in the words of pride, you can't say that. You can't say that because it hasn't happened.
No, Jay.
You're not allowed to say that.
No, Jay. He could say that, but I will retort by saying those are big ifs. Those are huge ifs.
You're right.
You can get AD to play that way for a game or 2, and you probably can get LeBron to play that for a game or 2. The problem is one of them will go down with an injury. I'm not wishing that. That's just been how things have gone. That's how it went last year. And you mentioned it. Yeah, short off season. Okay, fine. But unfortunately, you play with the cards as dealt. And that's a problem for them.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a big if. I got a better chance at growing 2 feet, developing a mid-range jumper, and joining the NBA than the Lakers have of actually winning the NBA. Just saying.
They're not winning it this year. There's not even a question. Forget that.
You know what? I'm just gonna say.
But Freddie actually believes that if they get healthy, they can win it. And I'm telling you, even if they get healthy, I don't think they win it. I don't think they win it.
So I want to say this. I want Jay Mclovin, Cole, Evan, Pride, Tony, Key, Damian, Iverson in his comments. When the Lakers beat the Suns this year, I want y'all to come on Freddie Facts. I'm not going to say a word.
Lord have mercy.
I want y'all to host it. I want y'all to host it.
Lord have mercy.
I want y'all to give me my humble pie. Want y'all to eat the pie. Cut in the pie.
What it looks like.
Freddie, if that happens,
It looks like you have to make a bakery of them, sir, because the Lakers are just not that good of a team right now. I want to say they are.
Man.
They have the talent. Unfortunately, they just can't be healthy for a series stretch. They just haven't been. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Hey, Evan, you know, anytime you invite me to He's on Fire, I'm always there. And Jay, oh, they go have some mama, however you say it. Woo!
Man, I tell you
All
what, if
right.
that does happen, not only will I bake the humble pie, I'll eat it on national TV, man. I'll eat that thing right now. And I'll even wear a shirt that says, I ate humble pie due to Freddie.
You got that right, Frankie. I'm speaking for all purple and gold, Laker Nation. That's what I do.
Wow. Okay. All right.
We got the faith. He said, but I agree with Freddie. Still faith. Let's move to the next topic. Let's go to the NFL. Man, gentlemen, this has been the craziest, the most movement, the most excitement, an NFL free agent offseason that I have seen since I've been watching football.
In just 2 weeks' time. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
There's been so much drama, so much unexpected. That's what's going on. So many surprises, disappointments, even moves that haven't been made yet.
Yeah.
What NFL team won the offseason so far? Cole, I'll start you on that one.
If you asked this question before Devontae Adams was a Raider, I would have said the Green Bay Packers, but they get Rodgers, but they lose Valdez-Scantling and Adams because of contract. The team that has won, one of them actually will probably reside in your city, and I'm not talking about the Rams, the Chargers. The fact they got Khalil Mack and they did not give up a first-round draft pick in return, that was impressive. And the one thing that the Chargers defensively lacked was the ability to stop the run because the pass rushes they had to deal with stopping the run too. And so when you nullify the pass rushes, it made it easier to run on them. Now they had Khalil Mack who can do both, and it frees up the pass rushers. I think they we could be considered a winner. And there's others who probably did well and came out on the better end too. Broncos is another. The Bucks, I think, are another because they actually are thankful they're lucky stars that Brady is going to come back and play them for a third year. But if I had to really think long and hard, I'd probably say the Chargers because of what they did not give up.
Jay.
No, that's actually that's what I said. I think on the other show was the Chargers. I feel like what they did on defense and what they added on their defense to go along with they've already got going on the offense, and especially since they re-signed Williams. Yeah, man. I don't know how you deny that. I don't know how you deny. I mean, the whole AFC West as a whole upgraded. The entire. I mean, with Devontae Adams going to the Raiders, and then you got Russell Wilson going to the Broncos. Every damn team upgraded. I will say this: Kansas City, I think, lost a big weapon in Tyreek Hill, even though Kelsey is the bigger player. But what they lost in Tyreek Hill, I think, is going to catch up to them.
It will. Yeah.
Listen, you guys, the team that won this offseason is the Cleveland Browns. The reason why I say that is because you wanted a quarterback to take you to that next level. They got that. And Deshaun Watson. The last time we seen Deshaun Watson, he was a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. He can help lead this team. Yes, you don't have OBJ. Yes, you don't have Landry. Yes, you let Austin Hooper go. But you still have Amari Cooper.
That Austin Hooper, though, was a big loss at tight end, though, for them.
No, I agree. But you still have the other tight end as well. I can't think of his name.
Njoku. David Njoku.
Yeah. You still have Kareem Hunt. You still have Nick Hutchup. You still have that O-line. You still have that defense. You have Mr. Garrett back there. You have Amari Cooper. Hey, the Cleveland Brown won't be no slouch this year. They got better. They got a leader.
They got better. I can't say they won the offseason. They got better.
Yeah, I don't think they won the offseason, no. They did get better, though.
Yeah, they definitely upgraded in quarterback. Because look, I'm a Texas fan.
Okay, so I got another one for you, Mr. Cole. I got another one for you.
Shoot.
My Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, shut up. No, they did not.
No,
they didn't get better. How did they win? They lost Von Miller.
What?
They lost. Well, they got Odell Beckham Jr. They brought in Allen Robinson, but I don't think that necessarily makes them better. I think it keeps them on status quo.
You lost Robert Woods.
Yeah, you did lose Robert Woods.
I'm trying to think.
I think they did.
You lost Von Miller. How did they get better? There's two pieces right there that you lost. How did they get better?
Because sometimes staying still is the best thing.
But they didn't stay still. They got worse because they lost. Hold on. They stayed the same on offense because Robinson is comparable to Woods. Odell Beckham is still Odell Beckham. You don't know if he's going to stay healthy the whole season or not. And they stayed the same on offense, but they lacked now on defense because now you don't have Von Miller. Who did you replace Von Miller with?
Calm down, Jay. I'm trying to tell you.
Calm.
OBJ is still a free agent.
This is me walking up to Chris Rock calmly before I slap him.
Okay, all right. Why do you say the Rams also won the offseason, Freddie?
Because sometimes you being still can be the best thing. Look at the Lakers. Last offseason, instead of being still, they went to moving. And then what happened? So sometimes not doing anything is the best thing. You lost Von Miller. Hell, the Bills was crazy, okay? The Bills were crazy and they was desperate and they showed it. You paid all that money to that guy. I mean, I understand Von Miller. I understand what he brings to the game.
Yeah, but what he brought to the Rams in the second half of last year is proof of what his worth is.
You weren't winning that Super Bowl without Von Miller. I'll tell you that right now.
I understand
because his press is freed up. His press is freed up Aaron Donald to really be the.
It absolutely freed up Aaron Donaldson.
I agree, but guess what? Who's going to pay somebody that much money? 30+ years old. I mean, come on. I mean, hey, if I'm Von Miller, I'm taking that money too.
Well, I don't blame him for taking the money.
Where's going to take the money?
I don't blame him for taking the money. It's just that the Rams didn't stand pat. I mean, they did lose key pieces.
You said, okay, hold on. Then,
by the way, though, Joe McDonald makes a good point in the comments. He said that Odell Beckham is still a free agent, so you have not necessarily locked up Odell Beckham Jr. So right now, all you have under contract is Robinson and Cooper Kupp. That's all you have under contract.
No, we still have Jefferson. We don't necessarily.
You got Von Jefferson, but is he really that guy?
He's this next year.
I don't think he is.
Step. But then you got to realize we just got done working out Bobby Wagner. Both interested in making a deal.
You worked him out, but did you sign him?
I don't think
but if he goes there, he'll be a good replacement for Von Miller. Wouldn't you guys agree?
He would be a great replacement for him. Yes, I don't think he's going to go there because I think he wants money. And the Rams, I don't think, are in a position to give him that.
Of course, he wants money. If he didn't want money, the Seahawks would have restructured his contract. He would still be with the Seahawks.
Right.
Not necessarily. He might, when he get in.
No, they had to clear up cap room, and he was a cap casualty.
Hold on, Jay Mclovin. Hold on, brother. But when they get in their room with Sean McVay and the general manager, he's going to say, "Okay, we got the money. It's cool, but do you want to win? We're an opportunity to go back to back to back to back, LA style." So
look,
you still have the
Lakers Lakers tried to sell LA. Go ahead, bro.
You have Cooper Kupp, you have Allen Robinson, you have Jefferson. You stay at the receiver spot. I would like for them to pick up another back. I mean, I know you got Akers. He's pretty good, but I would like to get them another back. I would like for them to get another CB, another cornerback as well, to hold down the other side of the field where Jalen Ramsey isn't, have to go everywhere. But other than that, you still got the daddy Aaron Donald 99. We still got him in place. So I'm just saying
that's the best defender in NFL. So, I will have no issue with that at all. But you can't do the mistake the Lakers did with LaMarcus Aldridge and say LA's a wonderful place. Look at what you could do here. And you can't really sell you want a ring to Wagner. He already has one of those. So he's been to the Super Bowl twice. He's already won it once. That man wants to cash out, and I don't think the Rams have the ability to cash out on him.
Listen here. Let's go to the next topic. Now, who lost this free agent? Who lost? I'm going to go first on this one.
Okay.
Team 2 hours away from me. The Cowboys. They lost.
Well, I don't have to say anything.
What did they do? What did they do? You let
well, we lost, but I don't know if we lost completely because we did clear some of that salary cap space. But yeah, it's been a rough year for the Cowboys. We lost Gregory. I felt like we should have franchise tagged Gregory instead of Dalton Schultz, which I don't know why I don't know. I get their logical thinking of that too, but man, losing Gregory really hurt him defensively.
All right, Freddie. Why else do you think the Cowboys lost the offseason?
Because you let Amari Cooper go for a bag of chips, okay? Instead of, I understand you get a 5th round draft pick, but you turn around and pay Michael Gallup all that money. Me personally, I'll let Gallup go. Okay, you coming off of an injury, but we all remember what Dak Prescott looked like before Amari Cooper arrived in Dallas. Wasn't too good, but when he got there, things started to change. Things started to turn around. So, and then you had to give up draft picks for him, multiple draft picks for him, and you just let him go. I didn't like that move. 2, the whole Randy Gregory deal, that just shows you how classless that franchise is and the organization is. It just shows you who they are.
Wait. What exactly was it about that deal that makes you say that?
It's because you have a deal. My bad. Go ahead, Cole.
Basically, they had a clause in the contract, but it's in everybody's contract for the Cowboys. If you fail a drug test, you're off, or if you cause.
But how is that classless by saying that? I think that's especially Randy Gregory's track record. How do you not put that clause in there?
If the thing is that you try to slide that in there without
it wasn't slid in there. It was in his contract last year too. It wasn't slid in there, Freddie. It was in the same contract he signed last year. It did not change.
But if it's on every player contract on that team, why isn't it not on Dakota Prescott's? Why not?
Well, let's see. Again, have you looked at Randy Gregory's track record?
But guess what? It is his.
Because how many chances? Hold on. How many chances have the Cowboys given Gregory to get on that field? And how many times has he screwed him over? And the Cowboys still stayed loyal to him. They never cut him. They stayed loyal to him. So I don't see where you're being classless.
So
if anybody's being classless, it's Randy Gregory for being disloyal to the Cowboys, especially how loyal they were to him.
Hold on, no, Jay. Hold on. He don't owe them no rule. So check this out, my brother. If he can go somewhere else,
it's true.
Hold on. If he can go somewhere else, get the same money, but it's guaranteed no matter what they owe you. Guess what you're going to do?
Well, I get it. And Denver's going to pay for it because you know what? The fact that Randy Gregory wouldn't sign that contract because of the language tells you that he still has a drug problem. Straight up. Because if you don't got a drug problem, you have no problem signing that contract. No problem whatsoever. Because you're still getting the same money. The money has not changed. The years haven't changed.
You know what that shows me? No. You know what that shows me? Okay, Denver, you believe in me more than this team do, because if you believe
that's not true. That's not true at all. That is not exactly true at all. That is not what that says.
No, Jay.
That's not what that says.
If you believe in me, you wouldn't have to put that BS in my contract.
Now, Freddie, you know that's bull crap. And I'm cleaning up my language for this show, but you know that's bull crap, man. That's bull crap. How do you tell me that how are you going to sit there telling me the Cowboys don't believe in Randy Gregory? With all that we've been through and stood by him and everything that we've done, how does that not? Because most teams would have cut you. Most teams would have been like Josh Gordon and cut you. That's crazy,
Jay,
Freddie.
That's your question? That's your question, Jay?
Yeah.
So let's say me and you. I said, okay, Jay, we're going to sign this contract, and it shows you can't. No, I'm not going to use you. What it's doing is it's showing, okay, Randy, we believe that there's a possibility that you will go left, that you will dive off and make a bad decision. That's why we're putting this in your contract. So that shows that we do not believe.
It is right. It is. And it's based off his track record.
So it shows that we do not believe that you can be on the right and narrow. When the Denver Broncos come, Oh, we believe that you can do right. We believe that you won't make a bad decision. So we're going to guarantee it to you. We're not going to put that verbiage in a contract. So you're going to take the guarantee.
And I tell you what, at the end of the day, it's going to come back to bite Denver in the butthole. Denver is going to get bit. I'm telling you, they're going to get bit by that. And that's fine. Let them take that risk. But you know what? The Cowboys, guess what? But Freddie, the Cowboys still have to protect the team's interests at heart as well. And so we have to put that clause in there because we don't believe that Randy Gregory is going to stay off of the drugs. So we got it. They did it. That is a sound business move on their part. And if Randy Gregory wants to go to Denver, Denver wants to take him on, given all of his past history, I think Denver is the one that's going to get bit by that more than the Cowboys will.
I hear
so
you.
Go ahead and take Randy Gregory. That's fine with me.
I hear that. But what are you going to do when it's come time? Oh, y'all haven't even replaced me. Oh, because your defense.
Well, I get it, and that's what I'm saying. We still have to replace him, and that's where we lost because now we got a hole to fill.
So
it is, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I think both teams. I think both people. I think Randy Gregory is going to lose in the end on that one, and I think we lost on that one.
No, he ain't going to lose his money guaranteed.
I think he just loses out on a good organization that put a lot into him and really looked out for him.
What good organization?
The Cowboys looked out for Randy Gregory. We took care of him. They gave him every opportunity to be in drug rehabs and paid for it. What are you talking about?
But what good organization, though?
You're telling me the Cowboys are not a good organization. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, well, most definitely. You're talking about a team that's been 27 years of being irrelevant? Of course not.
Guy, you just got to your team. You became a Rams fan 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. What right do you have to talk to me about that at all, you disloyal person? Don't even approach me, Freddie. Don't even approach me about this whole team crap when you literally went 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. If you really wanted to be a true fan, you would have went with the Chargers if you wanted to be a true fan. But you went with the easiest cop-out 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. You are the most disingenuine person when it comes to sports I have ever seen. Disingenuous.
Jay, so let me ask you a question. Jay, so we want to bring you the facts, bring all the facts. Why did I leave being a Giants fan? Why did I?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It doesn't matter why you left. But you chose. It's about where you went. It's not about why you left. I get it. You left because you think that the Giants were racist and not bringing on Brian Flores. The way that they handled the Brian Flores situation. I get it. Okay, I'll let you leave on that premise.
Let's go back to the. Hold on, Jay. Let's go back to the team I chose. I said it on the StreamYard, and he can come here.
Oh, because you're trying to compare it to the Clippers. But again, it just amazes me. Hold on, Freddie. I'm not going to let you off that easy. That's too easy, Freddie. I know what you're going to say because you didn't want to be a Clippers fan. You want to be like the LA Lakers fan, whatever. I get it. But it just so happens that when you chose that team, it was too easy. I'll put it like this, Freddie. If the Rams were in last place and you made this move over, I would gladly allow you to do that because you know what? You're starting from the ground up and you're doing it. It's not like when you go to a team that's 2 weeks before the Super Bowl and now you want to capitalize off of that, it's disingenuous.
No, that's not how it happened. I told Tony, I'm going to be a Chargers fan. It's in
why didn't you? Why didn't you become a Chargers fan?
Cali, LA, I'm going to be a Chargers fan. They got a young quarterback, the up and come. I told him that. And he said, Freddie, you can't do that. I said, why not, Tony? That's like being a Clippers fan. And I can't be no Clippers fan. Only thing I want a Clipper is a Clipper touching my edge up. That's the only thing I want. Other than that,
so basically you had no faith in anything. You let somebody else change your viewpoint and go with the easier route. That's just perfect. That's just
perfect. Super Bowl. I just think you're mad because y'all been irrelevant for 27 years.
I'm not mad because you know why? I know at the end of the day, I'm a true fan. I'm a true fan. And you're not a true fan. You're a fair weather fan.
How am I not a
because
true
you're
fan?
A fair weather fan, Freddie.
But how am I not a true fan? Do you know? It don't matter.
Because if you were a true fan, you would have gone with a team that necessarily did not have a Super Bowl 2 weeks before. It's just too ironic that you chose a team 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, and now you want to be all up on this crazy. And then you want to chastise somebody who's been with the team forever That's just from a loyal fan standpoint, it just doesn't hold water.
All right, Cole, what team lost in the NFL free agency so far?
Well, you talked about Deshaun Watson, and fair point. But I think it's not as much the team that got him who won. I think it's the teams that held out for him and lost. Teams like the Falcons, teams like the Saints, teams like the Panthers. They held out for him because this was supposed to be what was going to be their launching pad point to either redemption for the Panthers and Falcons or a continuation of the success they enjoyed under Drew Brees with the Saints. And all of them suffered because all of them struck out. And now you have the Saints who had to re-sign Jameis Winston. You have the Falcons who signed Marcus Mariota. And you have the Panthers who have to choose between Sam Darnold and Cameron Newton as their starting quarterback. So to me, you could pick any of those three teams. They lost the most. The Cowboys basically was just fodder. I mean, look, Cooper, they were going to lose him because you saw in the regular season they didn't really value him as much as they did Gallup and Lamb. So you saw the handwriting on the wall there, and so did he. So that move didn't surprise me. But it was messed up to see how Gregory basically gave them the middle finger and had them leave. That was embarrassing. I actually don't think the Cowboys went back. That's the thing. That's the strange part about it. Even with these losses, I don't think they moved backwards. I think they still are standing pat, so to speak. But the teams that really suffered hardest, Falcons, Saints, and Panthers. the three other divisional rivals of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with that 100%. And, the funny thing is they're actually going to ride with Darnold as their leading quarterback. The last report I saw, they're going to actually lead with going with Darnold. And I'll tell you, if anybody needs to go to Baker Mayfield, and I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is like the creme de la creme, but if anybody wants to go out to Baker Mayfield, he's a hell of a lot better of an upgrade than Darnold is. That's for sure.
Yeah. No question.
Is he, though?
Yeah, Fred. And if you tell me that Baker Mayfield is worse than Darnold, I'm going to have you reevaluated.
He's better than Darnold.
I can't. But has Sam Darnold been in that great of a situation that we can really see what Darnold's made of?
Oh, I agree. The situations have been bad, Freddie. I will agree there. But you already know what you're getting, or I should say not getting with Darnold. You're getting somebody who's basically going to hold the line. You're not getting someone who's going to improve the team a little better. And people could say the same thing about Baker Mayfield, but I think he can win a couple of games more than Sam Darnold could. Now, am I saying this would be a Rams-esque move where if they get Baker Mayfield, they shoot all the way to the Super Bowl for will the Panthers? No. But they will improve because of getting him. I don't think they will, but they would improve.
All righty. Hey, gentlemen, this is Freddie Facts, first episode. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. You guys are wonderful. I want to thank the viewers in the chat. You guys can expect the show to come on at least once a week. Hopefully, I'm going to start building the cast, guest cast for next week. Hey, this is what you can expect over here at Freddie Facts. Nothing but the facts. Hey, putting Jay in his place. Love to do it. Cole, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me, Freddie.
No problem. But other than that, gentlemen, this is the ASAP Network. We have an episode of Loose Lugs coming on up next. We'll bring it with Yoel, Coach Ja, and I'm Vic and Coach Victor. Then we got Real Talk tonight, just at 8 p.m. Central.
Real Talk, let's go, baby.
ASAP Network. We're doing big things over here, you guys. Just tune in. Until next time, we are out.
ASAP, baby, all day, all night.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.